Hi, Dougie Burt from Douglas Tackle World here with Stuart Grice. How you going, Stewie?
Yeah, I'm very well, Dougie. How are you?
Mate, I'm great. It is Easter, which means we work harder. But yeah,
That's right. But the rest of the Gold Coast have 10 days off.
Yeah, enjoy it.
A lot of it. That's right. And Dougie, the good thing is this time the weather actually looks not too bad.
I can't believe it, Stuart. We got Friday, Saturday and Sunday, which is the 18th, 19th and 20th of April.
Yep.
Really, really good weather. And then on Sunday afternoon it comes in a bit windy.
Yep.
And Monday is pretty windy.
Yep.
But you've got 3 days out of 4, which is pretty good. Problem is we have a bit of swell tomorrow, Stu.
Yeah, so we've got a big low that's in between New Zealand and Sydney, somewhere out in the abyss.
Subtropical cyclone of some type.
Yeah, southern cyclone, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, it's down there somewhere. And Dougie, we're going to cop the swell off it.
We are, yeah. So it's coming in tonight, Stuart. Today's Thursday.
Yep.
They're predicting by sort of 10 o'clock. It's only about a metre and a half at the moment.
Yeah, look.
And I should have gone this morning. I'm so annoyed I didn't because it said 18 knot winds. It was about 0.8.
Yeah,
It was calm.
Yeah.
Anyhow, they're saying the swell's going to be around about 2.93 metres maybe on the beach tomorrow at around sort of mid-morning.
But I'd definitely be looking at that wave rider buoy early. And if it hasn't come in yet, I'd be going.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's what
you got a run-in tide. You got a high tide around about 11:30 ish.
About that. That's
Roughly.
correct. So check out Southport Wave Buoy. Type that up on the internet. Check it out. And as Stu said, I always click on the previous version so it's easy to read it.
Yep.
And I don't like the new way. I'll let you know that whoever designed it. And look at it, and you'll see how the swell is. And as Stu said, if it's spiked up, don't go. It's going to be low tide in the morning, guys.
It is.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
But if it is not so big and it stays around a metre, 1.5, it's up to you guys. Be careful. Yeah. But it would be a lot better. Be careful it doesn't come in though after, if you stay out all day and it comes in later, and the run out tide can be quite scary.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Anyhow, just be careful. Saturday, the swell's still there, but it's dropped out. It's dropped out to about 2 metres, which is not still dangerous, but if you know what you're doing, it's not too bad. Sunday is about 1.3, and Monday is about 1.1, but the wind's in Monday. Yeah. We've got southerlies over the next couple of days. Actually tomorrow swinging around to northerly, light northerly on Saturday, light northerly Sunday morning, and then but tomorrow's only like I think it's 6 knots. Yeah, on average. It's a bit windy in the morning. Maybe it's southwest at about 10 or 12 knots in the morning at 5 or 6 o'clock before it swings around to the north and gets very light. So it should be good. Anyhow, let's go on the fish report, Stewie. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start offshore. So Stewie, I've only had a couple of guys that actually braved the elements and there wasn't any elements and went out this morning and they bagged out on Spanish mackerel. We knew they'd be on. Yeah. If you're going to go out, there's 2 ways of doing it. One is trolling baits around on rigs or trolling around live baits. The other way is trolling hard bodies, Stewie.
Yes, it is, definitely.
One of my favourites, Iron Man. I love this one. Wilson Venom Lure. Another one of my favourites, Strata Pro. These things are built like a brick outhouse. They are very, very tough. And Stewie's got a massive range of Helcos back in, but they're already gone halfway down again. Yeah.
Helcos are one of those things that just sell.
That's your favourite, Stewie, mate.
They just swim. Now, thanks, Dougie.
No, I had to talk to them about your favourite, Stu, and there's a couple of little colours they've designed, which is very similar to yours, Stewie, but I reckon it's a bit next bottle up, maybe better.
Well, results are proof in the pudding.
Okay.
That's all right, mate. But look, at the end of the day, trolling any hard bodies around about, say, 150 mil to 200 mil long, just in gear or up to 6 knots, and around 18s, Dougie, 24s around the diamond. Look for bait, look for birds, troll around that area. Yep.
You don't need to troll over 50 metres. The Spanish mackerel, for some reason, off the coast here, do not go over 50 metres deep. No. Very, very unusual for them to be out there. Yep. You get wahoo, though, of course. And you get wahoo on these bad boys. So we've finally got these back in stock. These are a couple of our really good selling wahoo lures. They come in about 6 different colours. It's a few of them there, quite heavy. They're on wire, as you can see. It's very hard to bite them off. And they've got really powerful hooks on them as well, very sharp. So those fellas you troll around through a bit faster, around 8 to 12 knots. Anywhere from about just outside the back of the 24 fathom reefs in that sort of 48 to 54 metre line. Out in 36s, out in the 50s, everywhere. We'll catch every on them. Yep. So if you want to catch a few dolphin fish or little marlin, still marlin around as well.
Yep.
It is pelagic time of the year, getting towards the end of the season, but still lots of fish out there. That's the type of spread you want to have. These little lures we sell lots of. They're peculiars, they're fat boys, and they work really, really well. We can rig them up for you as well. Troll those through, as we said, around 6 knots.
Yep.
6 or 7 knots. In close, a lot closer than the other lures. The other lures are out a bit further. Like those hex heads are probably 60 metres, start off out to about 100 metres behind the boat. The little skirts, we're trolling those at about 20, 30 and 40 metres behind the boat.
Yep.
And the hard bodies around probably 25 to 55 metres, sort of thing, 60 metres. So Stewie, a lot of trolling on the weekend, and obviously bait fishing as well. Look, I reckon for spotties, they've got to be starting. I know that we got some every trip we've been out the last 3 weeks, and every time we've got spotties.
Yep.
Mixed with our Spanish, but they're huge.
Yeah.
Metre-long spotties, you know. The schooled-up spotties, though, have been sort of, I believe they're pushed down because the mac tuna are in masses out there at the moment, and they're big, up to like 10 kilos. And you think you hooked up mackerel until you get the mac tuna close to the boat. Great fun to catch, don't get me wrong, and probably in some countries they're like a prize fish, but here at the moment they're not. No. But if you want to go catch some, great fun. But they school up and feed on the same sort of things as the spotted mackerel do. So I reckon the spotties are down a bit deeper, but if you see the spotties zipping through the water, they're the spotties, they're the ones you cast into. If you see them jumping, they're little mac tuna or the bigger mac tuna down with them. Yeah. So, and that'll be anywhere between palmy up to jumping pin. You just got to look for the bait. Don't go to the green zone though, between Couragey and Jump Pin Bar. There's a big green zone there. Just stay out of that. Jump on Fishing 2.0 onto your phone. Put the app on. Works on satellite as well as download time. And it will show you if you're in the green zone or not. Yep. Exactly. Perfect. It's a great app from the Queensland government. Okay, guys. So, pelagic, just to go. Okay, let's go snapper fishing now, Stu. Yeah. So, snapper. A few big ones around still?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. So
well, they're starting actually. They're just starting.
Snapper season is just starting as it cools down. But we've Dougie this year, I think probably all that rain, all the nutrients in the water and stuff, has been consistent snapper all year, and they've been pretty decent size. So
correct, that's right, mate.
More people are fishing for them all year as well. We have always caught them, but more people are doing it now. Dougie, 18s, 24s, 36s,
correct. Yeah,
50s is heaps.
Yeah,
but,
that's right. They're everywhere, and just fish very light in close and very early. And as you get further, you can up the ante to paternoster, or you can slow pitch jig, the canis jigs, the whole lot. They all work, and you'll catch snapper. Yeah, 18, I'd probably start the 18 fathoms to 24s this weekend though. I think, but when the weather's glorious and you got the big enough boat and the opportunity to go wide, then you definitely head out to the 50s. And you're going to head up there, so you're going to jig as well, right?
I'm going to jig for kingies, Dougie.
Yeah,
this is what I like to do.
I know you do, mate.
Because I've got big arms. Not really.
I had an electric reel. No, I jig.
With an electric reel, he does jig.
Yeah.
Look, Dougie, long, skinny jigs.
Yeah,
work them fast. Work them as fast as you can. And look, slow it down, mix it up. But most of the time, reaction bite, you will always get one.
And do some marking as well.
Yep.
Guys, look, it's amazing jigging at the moment. It's the start of that season as well. And it hasn't stopped all years.
It's been pretty good. It's just current. So during winter, the current slows down, so it's more accessible to a lot more people and easier to jig.
Correct. So this weekend, the weather's really good, right? So if you got the opportunity, which we may be doing next week, Stewie,
possibly,
is going straight up to the 50s northeast, so off the jumping pin bar around that 27-43 area on the latitude, and jigging with that sort of jig, and fast jigging, so you're going quite fast. And you're fishing about 85 metres deep. And you look for the bait and then drift the school bait. Mark your GPS, work from the top to the bottom. You're always going to drift south most of the time, and just work out your drift with the wind as well. And every time you come up to that patch of school of fish, if the jigs are out a little bit, reverse back just a little bit and jig.
Got to have your jigs vertical
pretty well. And the other way to do it is slow pitch. They will take slow pitch jigs too, like little octo jigs and little versions of those sort of fellows with the cis hooks on them. And it's a lot more slower action, but you will catch a lot of fish. You also catch snapper and big pearlies as well, doing the same thing. Talking about pearlies, Stewie, we have got a pearl perch seminar on the 1st of May, I think it is. It's on Thursday night, 1st of May. It will be here at our store, obviously in our seminar room here. And so you've got to book into that. We're in the shop tomorrow.
Yep.
That one goes pretty quick. On that night, we do it all one night. We'll be doing half on bait fishing and half on slow pitch jigging. We love doing that for big pearlies. And we'll give out some really good GPS marks as well. Got a few new ones. And we'll teach you how to do it from 40 metres deep out to 140 metres deep.
Yep.
Cover the whole lot. Pearl perch fishing. Okay, Stewie. Offshore, other than spanner crabs. There's a lot of spanner crabs around, guys. They got them again recently. Every week I've taught my mates that do it, and I haven't had a chance to do it, and I normally do it. They're doing really well, and they're really big crabs. I mean, like really big crabs, and you bag out in no time. So the limit's 20 per person. That's how many crabs there are. There's so many crabs. So a bit deeper at the moment, 51 to 54 metres deep, east of Q1, that area. Give it a crack. We've got all the spanner crab pots here as well if you need any of that stuff and all the rope and everything goes with it. We can show you how to do it and rig it up. Okay, that's about it for offshore, I think. Anything else we want to add to it? No. A few cobia around too, folks, and tusk fish. And Murray cod, a lot of Murray cod at night too. On all the reefs from, especially the 18s, 24s and 36s. Yeah, so give that a go as well. Oh, deep dropping. This weekend's good weather for deep dropping too.
Yeah.
So
just depends on the current. Current's not too bad.
Yeah, that's right.
But
I think it's not too bad at the moment.
Yeah.
So look, if I was going to do the day, which I don't have this week, we're busy in the shop, but I'd be definitely going on early, hitting the kings and amberjacks on the way out. Get a couple of those, maybe even hitting the pearlies in that 120 metre mark on the way out further.
Yep.
And which is only about 2 k's from the kingy mark, and then zooming out to about 280 metres, and definitely giving those bar cod and flame snapper a go.
Yeah.
They'll be pretty well stacked up now, I dare think. The first lot should be in. And give those a go and see how you go. If you want to go wider, go out to Jim's or Riviera Grounds and try for blue-eye cod and bass gropers and stuff like that as well. Okay, Stu, now we'll come inside.
Yep.
Jumping pin, you were up there a couple of days ago, mate? Yesterday.
How'd you go, a few flatties.
Got a few
flatties, Doug, yeah. So, look, the biggest thing this time of year is you've got to chase that clean water on the top of the tide. Try to get up on top of the flats. Throw a little hard bodies, and plastics worked good for us yesterday, Dougie.
Yep.
I just use little white paddle tails, they work all right.
Yep.
Apart from that, some new stuff from Japan, mate. So,
yeah,
a couple of little...
They look really good.
They look good, yep. Little paddle tail on them. Nice natural colour.
Yep.
Dougie, little yabbies.
Yeah,
not too bad as well.
We sold, I don't know how many of these we sold. They work, how many of these we've been catching lots of fish. They work really well, especially up at the flats. They also work well for whiting too, by the way.
Yep.
But still, you got the flatties. I was speaking to a few guys who get them shallows like Tank Bank, Gold Bank, and are in the lagoons. On the high tide, as Stewie said, it's a midday high tide. So the sun's nice and high. It's very, very bright.
Yeah.
So give that a go. First, the run-in tide, if you're in early morning, you got the low tide in the morning, I'll be fishing probably maybe Tipler's Channel banks or around...
It's very dirty there, but...
Yeah, on the low tide,
dirty.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, you got to find the clean water streets there. But sometimes, believe it or not, you get clean pockets in amongst the sandbanks.
That's right.
It's really weird. It can be brown everywhere, especially on the main channels. But you get into those sandbanks, those little lagoons, and it's crystal clear.
Yeah,
and the flatties are stacked in there sometimes.
Yeah.
Like winning lotto.
Yeah. The other thing is when that tide starts running in, there's been a lot of little small baits. So fair few tailor and a fair few dart on the inside, which is not very common.
Well,
but they are there.
So there's a couple of new lures out from Shimano again. Every week we get 100 or 200 new products in, right, that we add to our inventory. These are a new one from Shimano. Now, these are a double treble hook metal, which is a guaranteed hook up on a tailor.
Yeah, that's right.
They won't throw these hooks out, and they're a great looking lure. And that's the sort of thing that I'd be casting into those bait schools out there at the moment, Stu.
Yep.
30 grams, great weight, great size, very bait fish profile looking.
Yep.
They also do another new one, which is called, not called a brim blade, it's actually called a beam blade.
Beam blade, yeah.
Beam blade. These things look really good too. So these are a vibe that you drop down amongst the bait schools. I reckon they work on flatties as well.
I think that'll be good for spotties.
And spotties are actually really good for dollies around the fads too. They'll work on all the above. But yeah, so give that a crack. But as Stewie said, bit of clean water, especially if clean meets the dirty. A lot of bait hides in that line, and that's when the birds are diving and the tail are in there as well. Yeah. Stewie, prawns. This weekend, like Easter, is the prawn weekend normally.
It is, yeah. The tides are starting to get smaller. Obviously, we've just come off those big tides from the full moon. It'd definitely be worth looking around. We haven't had any rain for the last week, so they should be there.
They should be there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so give that a crack. Up around Kitchamudlo,
Lamb Island, Macleay, Carragara, that type of area. Southern Bay Island.
Look for people throwing nets. Simple as that.
There will be like 150 people throwing nets. So you will find them.
Low tide in the morning or high tide in the afternoon is going to be the crack. I think. Give it a go. Okay, Stu, we're going to head down this way. I went crabbing during the week. I was waiting for you to ask me. You didn't ask me. It's all right. I'll just tell him.
Look, mate, we don't ask if Dougie goes fishing anymore because he's never in the shop, so he's got to be somewhere. So he might as well be out on the water, trying to hone his skills. Trying being the key word.
Thank you.
Anyway,
okay.
So, how'd you go with your crabs, Dougie?
I've got a few. We got actually hammered by the rain. It did rain during the week, by the way, Stu.
It did actually Tuesday.
I had my head up. It was so bad. But and the wind was 30 knots with it. But it was. We were out there fishing on the water. It's better than being at work, I guess. Except for this place. I love this place. But anyhow. So, guys, look, we got a few muddies and they're really big muddies. So full. Yeah. They were chock-a-block. And we've got a few good sandies as well. Each day we sort of got like half a dozen muddies, a couple of sandies. And we were just finding that the crabs were in the main channels, believe it or not.
Yeah, so a bit deeper water, don't you?
Yeah, a bit deeper water, so at least 10 foot or 8 foot of water.
Make sure you don't put it in the channel.
No, I'm talking about like
on the edges.
The unmarked channels, if that makes sense. Would be more the word for it. A little hint there. And in between the banks where people go around the banks and not through them, and you find that deeper water through the middle, that's where they are. Overnight is best. And we used different bait this time. We tried mullet, was very good. And we had frains from our mackerel, which are really good. But we also had some roux tails. The roux tails are really good. I have to say, I was pretty impressed. Anyhow, all good, something different. Guys, now, apart from that, the crabs, like sand crabs should be starting, we need clean water. It's a bit like garfish, squid. And sand crabs don't like dirty water.
It's all the stuff that should be here this time of year, but we've just got this dirty water left over from the rain. And those big tides stir everything up from that full moon the other week. So
all the silt gets dragged out on the bottom.
But
look, come back and say towards the Broadwater. Look, I had my brother Paul. He said that they got some nice. His son got some nice whiting, got 14 whiting or something. With his mate fishing around the back of Wave Break and in front of Aqua Building. And also down towards the swimming pool. So. Plenty good whiting, though, really good whiting as well, by the way. I also saw Clint got a heat as well on Gold Coast River fishing charters. And the guys that are fishing for whiting off the Surfside beach have been doing right as well. So fishing around the sand pump and jetty has been really good if you want to fish the beach there. And also, I'd probably be worth a try to get Runaway Bay off the canals, in front of the canals. Give that a go if you're land-based. But Stu, the thing that's happening at the moment, we sold a heap of gear the other day. Micro jigging
in the Broadwater because no one's been able to get offshore. But now they can get offshore.
But when there's not much wind around, this is the time to use this stuff because it's so light.
Because you don't drift as much either.
So you've got like little jigs that got bubble assists on them from 3 grams, I think, or 5 grams. Very, very small.
And smaller lockdown jigs as well. So the jigs that you know and love offshore have a smaller brother now, I suppose.
So he's a very light tip rod, little 2,500 reel, 4 to 10 pound braid. 10 pound leader and just drifting down the channel and just vertically hopping it and dropping it back down. Slow pitch style. It works very good. Straight up the canals, like I know there's heaps of room around because they're back and forth at the moment. Crabs and more crabs, that's the sort of thing you should be using, a little bug style
so
as well.
Little crabs in the juice, so they're like a little gulp type material, got lots of scent. Those little rockin' crabs, they're just a standard soft plastic, but they both work really, really well. Dougie, you've got little bug or creature type style
Creepy
baits.
hogs, they're really good style, and these little Jacksons as well are very, very good. So that's the sort of thing just thrown around with like a size 2 hook or a 1 hook in about a 1/16 or even less, or 1/8, depending on the current or wind, and fishing around all the jetties on the canals. But at the same time, Stewie, if you were to cast something like that bad boy around, right there.
Still been a few jacks around.
Yeah, exactly right. And burn for the jacks. And that's the sort of thing that they like is red or white. Here's the 2 best colours. Mullet's not too bad, but those natural colours are really good, Stu. Stu, the other thing too, the little flatties. So if you want to have a go for a flatties around the Seaway on the north wall, give that one a crack.
Yeah.
So casting it on the high tide, which would be at midday. Oh, the first to run in, it's going to be dirty, I think. It's going to be clean.
Yeah.
So high tide, fishing from that little alcove, little cove there.
Little hole in the wall there.
Hole in the wall, the north wall,
Yep.
all the way down to the timbers, right down the end of the north, heading north towards Kurrajee.
Yep.
And that will catch big flatties, casting it right up on top of the rocks and the little sand patches.
Yep.
And just hopping it. Little
Yep.
Big flathead eat little flathead, unfortunately. Bad boys. Oh, that's that little baby jig on the show. How big's that?
3 grams.
3 grams with a cyst hook.
Yep.
Tiny little Jackson. So Stewie, look, you got Whitey on the go. It's long. It's Easter long weekend. Get out there, get out in the water, enjoy it.
Yep.
Whitey on the go for shore base. Like a lot of people shore base over Easter. They come down the Gold Coast, they love it, they enjoy it, and bring a rod, pack rod down, whatever. Runaway Bay, the surf. Not tomorrow because it's going to be a big swell, but maybe later on, like Sunday.
Later on in the week,
later in the weekend. Give it a crack. Not much wind. It's going to be really nice. And Dart will be there as well, of course. And Stewie, if you want to go and Jack's got to really quick talk about Jack's. So what's happening in the canals, mate?
You already did.
I know. I
Sorry,
know.
catch Jacks in the
I
canals.
know, but whereabouts, mate? Whereabouts? Tell them.
Probably Runaway Bay Canals. Look, Runaway Bay Canals, not too bad. Coomera.
Yep.
Coomera's been fishing all right. Get up into the canals. There's a bit more salt water starting to flush up in there, and Jacks like salt water. They don't like fresh water too much. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but the canals are quite actually clearer than the Broadwater at the moment, believe it or not. Yeah. So give the canals a go. Okay, Stewie, fresh water, dam, what's happening?
Dam. Still going over, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still going over. It's 102.6% or something, so it's still flowing quite hard over the spillway until that gets level, then it'll start slowing down. But in the interim, definitely fish the back of the dam. I don't know if the ramp at the front's open, probably at the back, definitely. Back west and eastern side is probably my go-to. South side, south part of the eastern arm. It's really good. In amongst the timber, just before the timber, and in the old river bed. You got sound, you'll be able to see it. Yep. Okay, Stewie, that's about it. Barra fishing, got a lot of guys going north barra fishing this weekend up Mondrian.
Yep.
And we've got a lot of guys going up to 1770 chasing reef fish and stuff like that. It's a
weather's
great weekend.
good.
There's a big window all the way from sort of Yeppoon down to 1770 for the 4 days. It looks like really good weather. So enjoy it, guys, if you go out there, be safe.
Yep.
If everyone else around here, please be safe. Don't forget about our Pelperch seminar coming up on the 1st of May. And we are open all weekend. Tomorrow, Friday, we are open 8 to 5.
Yep.
Saturday, similar. Same. Sunday, 9 till 4. And Monday is 9 to 4. Yeah, that's right. Correct. Okay, guys, be safe, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy, kids, enjoy the Easter eggs and the fishing over the weekend. See you.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.